Hey,
Grant,
Jim, how are you?
fantastic. I got to tell you, every single time I hear that music, it just gets me pumped up for Hypno News.
Wow, Hypno
Yeah,
News.
right.
Yeah,
It's the
we
most
should have
exciting
we
day of
should
the
have like a
week.
scandal section, like the expose of the news.
Oh, I
That would
love
be
it.
interesting.
Yeah. Oh, I just heard about this great photo that we could have on. Let me
There's
try to
something wrong
track
with the
down a copy of
internet.
that
There's
for,
something
for
wrong with the
somewhere
internet.
next week. I'll try to get that. I'll try to find that. I'll be the scandal reporter.
Doesn't exist.
I think
It's a
I took a
figment of
little
your
photo of it.
imagination. Yes, yeah, no, it was a cool photo. The things you do when you're young. So, how are things? Whereabouts in the world are you today, Jim?
Today, Seattle, Washington. Living the dream
Nice.
in Seattle, Washington. Yeah, probably same weather as you.
Yeah,
Dreary,
yeah,
cold.
it's
Yep.
grey, miserable.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Good time to
so
be inside talking about hypnosis.
boom. It's
Hey, if you're
yeah,
watching
it's
too, by the way, let us know you're watching. Let us know you're watching if you're watching right now live.
yes. It's again, it's
Yeah.
episode 16,
16. That's
which is
consistency.
it's. Do you know what it
Which is
is? It's surprising because it started off as a comment at a conference,
totally just
and it became something.
a throwaway comment. We should do a thing. And then we did the thing and then we're like, let's do it every week. And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. We
it's fantastic.
that's how it all started, Jim. We kind of went, oh, that's that, and we go, yeah, we
Right.
can do that. We can,
Yeah,
yeah, we'll do
exactly.
that. We'll do that.
Yeah. Every time.
Yeah.
It's like every time we talk, we're like, yeah, let's do that.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Do you know
Yeah.
what though? It's you've got to do it. If you have an idea, you've got to take action and see what happens with it. And that's where amazing stuff happens. So I'm not
It
saying
is.
this
I
is
got
amazing stuff.
well, but it's it's stuff, that's for sure.
It's
I
stuff. Exactly. It's
I
a work in progress.
I gotta tell you, I got a call from another hypnotist today. You know he is. I won't call him out. It's no big deal, but he called
Or
me up and he
he's no
said,
big deal, or it's no big
yeah,
deal.
it's no big. It's not. He wouldn't care that much probably, but it's fun. It was funny because he just found out about the Performing Hypnosis conference, and he knows that I'm doing the other conference, and he's like, he goes, "What are you up to?" And I said, "Well, Grant and I have a plan for the year, and it's world domination. So
Exactly.
that's what we're doing."
It's, do you know what? I mean, it's such an interesting time for hypnosis at the moment, and especially with the
It is.
pandemic and everything else. It's changed the way that the land lies, and I think it's all about collaboration this year. You know,
It
and
is. It
anything we
is.
can do to help both ourselves and other people level up.
Exactly.
That's what it's
Yeah.
about.
You know, I got to tell you, isn't that funny? As it's kind of like as we started focusing on that more, we start let's do these workshops, and then it just sort of starts to snowball, and pretty soon it's like, how else can I elevate the community? How else can I how may I serve?
How may I serve?
Yeah,
Exactly. That's
yeah,
that. That's what it's always got to be about. So yeah.
right.
So yeah, about delivering value. So speaking of that, and a bit of a plug, anyway. But that is the under conference talk. That's the Hypno Thoughts talk. Both me
Oh
and you are
yes,
running a thing,
thing.
which is going to be
Yeah,
good fun, I believe.
I think it's going to be amazing, Grant. Really, I mean, our work is cut out for us. Uh,
Yeah.
we've got people were asking me, what am I going to learn at that thing? I'm like, well, you're going to learn a lot, but you're also going to get a lot. It's like you take home a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
tangible things,
And
videos and
that's
logos,
it.
and yeah,
Exactly. I was going through some stuff with a friend of mine. I sent you the video we did together.
yeah,
And he's like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. I went, no, what you need to do is you need to do 5 videos, 20 minutes, go. And then
exactly,
literally his content is mapped out now,
right,
repurposed, and it's got a little plan in place where all that stuff goes out. And that's what it's about. People coming away with stuff where they go, do you know what? That's on automatic now. For the next 3 months, 6
exactly,
months, my business is on autopilot. And then there's no excuses then.
exactly,
Yeah.
absolutely, super excited.
Speaking of
Yep.
conferences, Pacific Northwest Conference.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's like it seems like just about every day now where somebody's either registering to attend, or they're getting a booth, that kind of stuff. So it's whenever you launch something like this and you start putting money into it, you're going, boy, I hope I can just break even, and it looks like we'll at least break even. That would be nice.
That is brilliant. That is brilliant. And who's the keynote at that?
Keynote is, how dare you, Carl Smith, of course, the incredible Carl Smith. And I tell you what, you guys, he's coming in. He's going to do his keynote. He's also going to do a 2-hour workshop. We have a military base near where the conference is. And as you know, Carl's a big advocate for the military. He was military himself and PTSD type things. And he's going to be doing a talk about that. So really
brilliant, brilliant. I'm actually seeing Carl next Friday.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, he's in a club that I'm in.
Fantastic.
Yes, and he's getting promoted within that club. So I went, I'll be there for that, Carl. And then I realised that he's fucking, pardon my French, he's a long way away from where I am. But do you know what? It's a night out by the coast, so I think I'm driving for 5 hours to see him put a little crown on his head. But it should be
worth every minute.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'll be winding him up about that. So yeah, that should be cool. And so yeah, let's. I've just pressed the wrong button in the background here, but that's okay. In the news, I really like this article that you found on the woman that lied about being hypnotized.
Such an odd thing, isn't it? That you would, and it made me wonder. I started going, "Wow, have my clients lied to me about their experience?"
Well, yeah. And it's interesting. And the article kind of goes on about how she felt like she had to pretend she was hypnotized and pretend that she'd been cured through hypnosis.
Right. Exactly.
And reading it, I was kind of like, but if she lied to the therapist and lied to her friends and then almost pretended she wasn't having the problem anymore, then in an effect, does that not fix the problem? So
I wondered the same thing, Grant.
Yeah, exactly. And I think sometimes we get it with people on stage that went, "Oh, do you know what? I think I was just playing along." Like,
exactly.
But you weren't, because if you were, you'd have just said no. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I offered you £1 million to say your own name, and you went, At that point, you could have gone, "My name's Grant. It's £1 million, or $1.2 million."
Right.
And so it's interesting. I think sometimes people, it's easier for them to put it into that bracket of going, "I wasn't hypnotized and here's why," rather than just. But yeah, a great article, and it's, the journalist is quite objective, and they are like, "Don't go see a hypnotist for hypnosis." I mean, why would you do that? Go see a therapist that specializes in your problem that uses hypnosis.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It was a little weird, and I got to tell you, even from the very beginning, one of the things that I noticed right away was that I do think that there was that the practitioner probably could have used a better induction with this person, because it sounds like they were doing a progressive relaxation, which I preach about all the time. Yeah. Progressive relaxation is not for everyone. And listening to her description of the process, she was not that person that was good for progressive relaxation. She's going crazy, going, "Why are you doing this? It's, all this." And so, hey, a little plug right there. Come take my class at HypnoThoughts, analyze this, work with analytical clients. That's exactly what she was. She was an analytical client, and this practitioner didn't do that. But I agree. I think that she probably was hypnotized. She doesn't know what hypnosis feels like. And nobody does. When somebody says, "I wasn't hypnotized," you go, "Oh, have you been hypnotized before?" "No." "How do you know you weren't?"
Yeah.
I just know.
On stage, I always let the people know, I'll let you know whether you're hypnotized or not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a good article.
Yeah. But interesting, like I said, you have got to look at each person, figure out from the intake form through conversation what tools are going to work with this person or not just kind of go, "Oh, I don't think they can be hypnotized, so I'll take it even slower. I'll slow it down and do a progress. I'll make it so much. I'll dilute it so much that there is no way that we'll go into hypnosis, because it feels safer to do that." And it's progressive relaxations. I believe there's a great place for them. I know a lot of people kind of go, "Oh, it's going to be rapid. It's going to be rapid." sometimes I love a good progressive muscle
Oh, me
relaxation.
too. Yeah, absolutely.
But a snappy one. Don't be doing 40 minutes of it. You know what I mean? Your
right.
fifth toe is feeling completely
Right,
relaxed.
exactly.
The
Yeah,
third
yeah.
quarter of your seventh toe. So yeah, so it's a good way of learning the different bits for it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
pro tip. I'll throw in my pro tip because we didn't put in Trello who was going to do pro tip this week. So it gives you time to think of a funny bit.
I thought we did decide. It's okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, did we?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Nope, it's okay, go ahead.
Pro tip for me, and it sounds like a silly one, but when you turn up, dress up. Even though I'm wearing a hoodie today, I think it's important for hypnotists. And I know we can be casual, but no matter what we're doing in life, you know, if you've got nice shoes on, if you look the part, if you look smart, if you've got a nice jacket on, it elevates your status a little bit. But it's nothing to do with other people. It's about how it makes you feel.
You're right.
I know if I've got my show shoes on, even if I'm doing a talk, I've got my show shoes on, it puts me in that zone. If I've got my show jacket on, it puts me in the zone. If I'm going to a meeting, no matter what I feel like, it doesn't matter if I've had an argument with my partner, the traffic's been terrible, or anything like that. I put a nice jacket on with a nice shirt and I look like I feel like I look the bomb. It changes my body language. It changes my confidence. It changes how I interact with other people. So I think, especially when you're doing therapy, especially if you're standing and doing talks and presentations, turn up, look sharp, and looking good doesn't necessarily mean you have to wear a shirt and tie. You know, you could have, you could have a nice hoodie on. You could have some nice jeans on. It's about making sure you're elevated. So I think that's a pro tip. And I see a lot of stage guys that do go on stage in, very casual attire.
Right.
And I think you've got to, if you're on stage, you've got to look the part. Beyonce gets dressed up to go on stage. Elton John definitely gets dressed up to go on stage. Right. Michael Bublé gets dressed up. So if these people have got to do it and they're at that status, then little old me, I've got to put in the effort as well. So that's my pro tip this week.
I want to say I agree completely, and I think like especially a lot of the younger guys, you see them wearing just a jeans and a t-shirt on stage, and I think at least if you're intentional with what you're wearing, don't just go with whatever. But I do think that it makes sense. I was always told dress at least one level above what you think everybody else is going to wear.
Absolutely.
I mean, you get immediate status, right? Yeah. If I walk in with this and nobody else is wearing a jacket, I immediately have status.
Yeah.
And that just helps the process, helping them get hypnotized and helping them respect you more, I think, really. Yeah.
Even if it's a black tie-do, I love the fact of, like, if I'm going to a corporate and I know it's going to be formal, I'll have 2 tie options. One as a normal necktie, but then one as an actual bow tie. But just because I'm a bit of a snob, it will be a self-tie bow tie rather than a clip-on bow tie. And it looks messier, but I love the fact of everyone in there then knows that my bow tie is a self-tie bow tie. It just levels me up a little bit. So,
I bet.
The moment I learned how to tie a bow tie, I leveled up as a man, I believed.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Awesome.
Sweet.
Something coming up that we're both involved in that is really cool. And we talk a lot about performing hypnosis, and that is the summit that's coming up.
Yeah. Wow. This is so exciting. We've had so many, I know you've been reaching out to people, I have too. So many people going, wow, what a great idea. What a great idea. Yeah. It
was so nice to hear from an amazing stage hypnotist. And she did say, do you know what? She can't personally be on it, but she'd love to. She's away on a cruise at the time. But she was like, Grant, it's amazing what you're doing for the community. And I should have said, Jim's doing it as well.
No, you.
But please. I didn't.
It's fine. Yeah. 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 I
Yeah.
know.
But I think it's the right time for something like this, where again, as
Totally agree.
stage hypnotists, performance hypnotists, even guys that are doing magic that use hypnosis,
Yeah.
get everybody together in one space where we can go, actually, let's work together to push something forward. Let's see where the field is and let's grow from the advice of the people that's out there. So I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, me too. And I'll tell you, so Tom Silver, of course, is the keynote speaker, legend.
Awesome.
And Terry Stokes, another legend, talking with him, he said that's such a great idea because, so many of us hypnotists, we're just out trying to learn how to get the next gig instead of really working on our show and making it a really good show. And I think he's going to be talking about that. In fact, he wants to do, Grant and I are still working out the details. He wants to do a roundtable with some other old timers. And you'll be able to ask questions. You can ask them, and which I find, wow, how amazing is that?
And that's it. It's I think, especially since the pandemic, where these people that were just in their own lane doing what they're doing and doing it very well, everyone was quite protective over their stuff. Since the pandemic, I think people have realized that actually it's bigger than just that. So I'm excited of what will come from it. I think it will be interesting. There'll be some learning curves with it.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're going to hope everybody can play nice.
Well, yeah. It'll be one of those that if you're not in it, you'll wish that you were.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that is going to be great.
For years, I'm sure. Absolutely.
Well, yeah. So no, looking forward to that. Looking forward to it a lot. I mean, you're back in Seattle. How were you in Phoenix?
I was in Phoenix for a couple of weeks. I'll be back in Phoenix 2 more weeks.
Nice.
I'm back about once a month right now.
Good. Get some tan. Come back.
Exactly. As you can see, I'm a little color.
I must admit, you are looking rather well tonight. Have you had the hair cut especially?
I did. I mean, I just earlier today. Yeah. Just for the show.
Nice. So funny story.
Yep. And I've been spending the last 5 minutes trying to think of one, and I am under pressure. Okay. No, you know what? I'll tell you one, and it'll end up being a good learning. And I may have said it before. Maybe I have talked about this one before. There's 16 episodes now, but anyway, I think I mentioned it somewhere. I'm going to move on. Anyway, it's a good story. Remember that hypnosis is actually powerful. If you're a hypnotherapist, if you're a new stage hypnotist, or if you're a stage hypnotist that's just been kind of coasting along and you haven't experienced it like a really dramatic effect recently, just remember how freaking powerful it is. We both know Justin Trans does the standing induction. Look this way, sleep. I mean, it's beautiful to watch. And I had somebody, sometimes when somebody's a little bit kind of, you can tell they want to go into hypnosis, but they're just not getting there. Say, hey, come here. We're going to do that. We're going to give you the extra ultra, bam. And everybody goes, ooh. And so I do this. And as he stands up, I go, oh crap. Cause this guy is about 6'4", 6'5", and about 300 pounds, all muscle. And it was just this big farm boy. And I'm going, oh crap, this was not a good idea. And, but I went for it anyway. And so look this way.
Dared to fail.
Sleep. I dared to fail. And that old boy, he went out and he was right there. And I was like, holy crap. And I got him laid down. He was on the ground. Everything was fine. I'm going, oh, there you go. I walk over to the next guy. He's a little bit, I'm going to do a handshake reinduction. Sleep. Comes right out of his chair on top of that guy. And, ta-da!
Yeah.
Going, oh crap. But so it was a great learning experience. It was funny that the crowd loved it. I felt terrible. I was just glad I didn't get sued. Nobody got hurt. But it's when you forget. I mean, you got to be there. You got to be ready when you do that handshake. Be ready for them to. If they may come, they may. catapult.
They can surprise you. And it's
Absolutely.
it's funny that you say that, because I forget sometimes. You forget how powerful it is.
Mhm.
And sometimes it catches you off guard. So you've got to make sure you get your safety nets in place. So yeah, but yeah, it is such a powerful tool. And any hypnotherapist watching this, go volunteer for a stage show, because
Mhm.
like we were talking earlier about the woman that lied that she'd been cured. I think there's a lot of hypnotherapists that don't believe in the power of hypnosis.
Right.
They don't
Yeah.
understand it on the stage level, where it can be very profound like that. And so go and experience that, because once you know that experience, it gives you so much more confidence in the therapy room to
Yeah.
go, actually, this stuff that I'm doing does work. It's not just about relaxing them and then making them feel wonderful. It's about, hitting them on the head with the hypno hammer and taking out the stuff that they don't need. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
great funny story / pro tip in there,
I
Jim.
want to say too, if you're a hypnotherapist, go learn a stage hypnosis induction, or just do. Do an element induction, but make it kind of flashy or something.
Yeah.
Tell them I'm going to use this technique for those people that maybe you're not having some great luck with, maybe they're not getting the results they want, or maybe they don't think they were hypnotized, and you tell them I'm going to break out the stage hypnosis, induction. I've done that a few times. I had a few that were like, I'm going to do the stage induction. Oh, okay. And it's marvelous.
It's interesting sometimes, especially in impromptu situations, where you can test people how suggestible they are by going, a lot of people think that hypnosis is like the stuff that you see on the stage, where they just stare them in the eyes and then say sleep, and then see how they respond. Because sometimes you'll find that people will just go
They
and go
will.
with it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
You'll see them
exactly.
respond, go with it. Because then it
Yeah.
looks like you've done an instant induction. You've just found someone who's very suggestible. But you've got that out where you say, a lot of people think that it's just this and then sleep. But then if they don't respond, you can go, but it's not like that. It's actually more
Exactly.
subtle than that.
Exactly.
And then you've got that out, so you know that they're not going to be that direct, and you can go somewhere else with it. Either way,
Yeah.
it makes you look like a superstar.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
why make it easy for yourself when you can make it hard?
Telling you, that one time that it works out of 100, you are going to look like amazing. And the rest of the time, it's like, oh yeah, of course it doesn't work like that.
Exactly. I was at a military show years ago, and some big bloke that's seen the show, and I'm literally packing my stuff in the car and I'm going. There's a few of them outside, and it was a big bloke, and he's kind of like, it's a load of, it don't really work. And I go, how do you mean? He went, no, it don't work. Loads of people have tried to me, it don't work. And I'll be honest, there was an attractive girl there, and all my stories, that's where it always falls apart. And so I was showing off a little bit, but I thought, I've got nothing to lose, because I've been paid, I've done the show, I'm about to get in the car and drive off. And he's going, da 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 da. I've gone, all right, then put your feet together, da da da. Stamp your foot as if you're like this. Stamp his foot, your foot's now stuck to the floor. And he's gone, don't be daft. And he's gone to move his foot, and his foot wouldn't move. Now, for me, that was just pure bravado,
Right.
but it worked because he'd seen the show. And even though he didn't believe in it and all that lot, because of that one thing where he probably felt safe, it worked. And I'm kind of like, ta-da.
Exactly.
And in my mind, I'm like, and a lot of time, that's what we're going to do. I think that's why magicians make good hypnotists, because they understand about having an out. But stuff like this is stuff that they will learn when they come to any of our trainings this year as well.
Any of them, yeah, they're really. I can't wait till William gets the schedule up for Heartland, because we've got some really exciting stuff planned for that one. That's the first one of the.
Really looking forward to Heartland. There's something really warm about it. Is that the right sense?
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it there, and so nice.
You're just seeing everybody right there in the halls. Like when you're checking in, and it's so. It's such a great experience. It really is. And I just got off the phone with William. We're on the phone for like an hour this last week, and he's just excited about it. You know, he loves having the stage hypnotist there, and
Yeah.
it's really good for us because if you're a stage hypnotist, you should be going to Heartland because William will try to get you a grad night show to pay for your trip.
Exactly. So yeah, really looking forward to that one. So
me
yeah,
too.
it's good. It's good. It's been a good year for hypnosis this year, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Cool beans. Right.
Very good.
That's us.
That's it.
I'll see you next week for
Thanks for
episode 17.
Wow. Fantastic.
That is going to be cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. Guys, that's it from us this week. Take care. Good night. God bless.